Hi. It is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. So it's been over 2 months since I got hurt. Remember back at 4 weeks when Megan and I went to see the podiatrist again, and he got down on the floor and he showed me what he wanted me to do to put go down on my knees and then sit down on my butt. I've never actually tried it, and I just tried it now upstairs in my bedroom. And I just wanted to say, not only can I not do it, it's excruciating, and it really aggravated my ankle, and now it really hurts. So I definitely think he's right about that is the position or the motion that is damaged. It hurts and Megan's just tried to do it. She said it even hurts for her to do it. But it's fine on the left. But the right one, it's horrible. And it really hurt like the front of my ankle and the back of my ankle. So there's definitely something still very wrong there. And also, I guess the other thing I could say is still cannot go down the stairs. I can go up the stairs okay. I mean, I'm slower than I normally would be, but I can go every other foot like a normal walking up the stairs person. Cannot go down the stairs.
Well, technically you can.
I can go down the stairs.
It's just very difficult.
It's very difficult, she's right, and I can't do it comfortably.
It's not like we have to carry you down.
Right.
That's not what we're saying.
I tried to walk down the stairs normally like every other foot like you walk the other day, and I almost fell because it felt like my right ankle was going to give out, and it can't support my whole weight for me to take the steps like that. So that's where I'm at today. Hello, everyone. It is Friday, February 12th, and I just want to give you a little update on my ankles because this would be 9, 10 weeks. How many weeks has it been? I don't even know. It'd be like 9 or 10 weeks, I think now. 10, 11? I don't know. It's been a while. Okay, and I just want to tell you where I'm at with my ankles. I can basically walk around fine with one caveat. I have to have shoes on. When I only have my slippers on or I don't have anything on my feet, it really hurts and is very uncomfortable, and I don't feel strong or stable. So I definitely want to have shoes on like all the time. Otherwise, I really haven't gone outside much. I still am very wary of walking like to the car and back, but that's because it's winter. Let me show you what it's like outside. This is winter in Wisconsin. And just so you know, I think the high temperature today was -2. And it feels like 25 below. Isn't it a pretty blue sky and nice white snow? But you don't want to go out there because you'll freeze to death. Just because it's winter, I don't feel real safe walking outside very much unless I absolutely have to like get to the car. Because even in normal times, have I ever told you about the time I slipped on ice when I was in my 20s and broke my nose and broke my face? It was a bloody horror show. Yeah, so even when your feet work good, ice can be very bad. Okay, other than that, the two other quick things I've noticed. For some reason now, the time that the pain is the worst is the first thing when I wake up in the morning. Like actually when I'm still laying in bed, like I've woken up and I haven't gotten out of bed yet. It's just the right one, by the way. I have to say, everything is just the right one. The left one's completely fine. It hurts along the right side and the back of it. And I've definitely noticed that whatever tendon or ligament or whatever I damaged, which I think it's more than one thing in that foot, it must attach to my heel. Because when that foot sets on the bed and the heel is touching the bed, it hurts. And I don't want my heel touching the bed at all. And I've talked about that before. And then when I'm first up and first walking around, that one hurts the worst. I guess it's probably until I put my shoes on. And then once I get my shoes on, then it feels a lot better. The other thing is the stairs are still very difficult. I have to hold the railing. I have to go very slow. And I have to go right foot, left foot to the same step. Right foot, left foot to the same step. That's the only way I can go down the stairs. This morning, I was very proud of myself. The kids did not have school today. It was like a professional development day, so we didn't have school. But I happened to wake up really early, like at 7:30. And so I decided to make good use of my time because I haven't really done, I've done just little cleaning here and there since I got hurt. And so today I dusted and vacuumed the entire house. And I feel really good about that because I like it when the house is clean, and I haven't really been able to do a big clean like that since I got hurt. I did fine with it. I could dust and vacuum everything. Again, the only trouble I had was when I had to go up and down the stairs. Okay, here's the weird part. I'm going to show you how well I can walk, like around the house. And then I'm going to show you going up and down the stairs. Now, this one does hurt. But as you can see, I can walk perfectly fine. I can turn. I can totally walk fine. There is pain in the right ankle though. Okay, when I go up the steps, I can go every other foot, but I do definitely need the support of the handrail. Okay. When I come down, it's very treacherous. I have to step with the right foot first. I can only go one step at a time, and this is how slow I have to move. I cannot go every other step. I would fall. My ankle would give out. So what the heck? Why, whatever it is about it, the right one, I mean the left one is completely fine, but the right one, it hurts behind the bone, like up the back, and sometimes it hurts in the front, like where the foot and the leg come together on the top there. And just the stairs is still incredibly difficult and challenging, and there's no way I could do it every other foot going down. Okay, it is Sunday, February 14th, 2021, so it's been 10 weeks, 2.5 months since I got hurt, and I just took a shower and it's bedtime, and I want to show you how my ankles look. Okay, so you can see this one is like that. I still think it looks flat, like the bone is gone, and this one you can still see is significantly swollen right here. Still swollen, still bulging. You can also see like there's like some ridges on the tops of my feet from my Bombas socks. You can see where the top edge of the sock were. So there's still some swelling that happens. And then I did too much today. Today was the day we filmed the pillow video. And I, washed the sheets and made the beds and was filming and doing a bunch of stuff, and I just did too much walking around today, and so my feet are pretty swollen right now. I mean, even up by my toes there, you can see they're pretty swollen. And this one is generally pain-free. I mean, even if I push on it over here, that doesn't hurt. This one hurts. It doesn't really hurt to touch it. But when I am walking and when I'm going up and down the stairs, it hurts back here. And then sometimes I also have pain up here. And I mean, obviously this is where all the swelling still is. So, yeah. And then a new problem. You remember at the beginning, I was having trouble sleeping because of the pain in my feet. And then I was fine for a while, and now I'm having trouble again. If I have my covers over my feet, and this is a pretty thick, heavy comforter. If I have my covers over my feet and I'm laying on my back so my feet are up like this, I cannot stand it. Just having the weight of the covers on my toes and with the heels into the mattress is unbearable. I can't stand it. And that's new. That's just in like the last few days that I can't stand that. If I'm laying on my side and the feet are, against the mattress like this way or this way, that's fine. But if they're up, I can't take it. So I've been having trouble sleeping again lately because of that. It's been 3 months since my injury. Let's sum up where things are by asking some simple yes or no questions. Firstly, do my ankles look completely back to normal in appearance? No. The left one still looks a little discolored. The bone on the left side seems to be a different shape or flatter than it used to be where the fracture was. And the one on the right still has that significant bulge of swelling. All right, second thing. Are my ankles completely free of swelling? Also no. The left one does not appear to have any swelling anymore, but the right one still has pretty significant swelling. And it comes and goes. It gets worse the more active I am on my feet. Am I completely free of pain? Definitely not. The right ankle hurts pretty much all the time. I mean, except when I have shoes on and I'm sitting, and a little bit when I'm walking around, like just on the main floor of the house with my shoes on, I'm relatively free of pain. But if I have to walk fast, if I have to turn suddenly, sometimes when I'm laying in bed, if I move it the wrong way, if I have to go up and down the stairs or any change in elevation, it's very painful still. The left one is basically free of pain, but every once in a while, I will still have just a little pinch of pain in that left one. The other thing I was thinking about is how significant this injury has been to my life. It's very significant and it's pretty upsetting. And one thing I was thinking about, because right now as we're, going into March now and we can't go anywhere, I feel so stuck in the house and I feel so trapped and sad and just, I really, really wish we could go somewhere. The challenges of the pandemic and whether it's even safe. I mean, the CDC and the government are saying don't travel no matter what. And even knowing how much more seriously and carefully my family does things when we do travel. If you go back and look at like what we did last summer, we went to Mackinac Island and we went to Wisconsin Dells and we went to Colorado in the summer of 2020. We were still very careful and completely stayed away from people as much as possible. We always wore our masks. We sanitized our hotel rooms, everything like that. Even knowing that it's very unlikely that we're going to do anything to cause ourselves to contract the virus or to transport it to another part of the country, we still want to be respectful of that urging not to travel. But because of that and because of my injury, I'm really regretting that we didn't take that trip over Thanksgiving break. I'm really, really sad about that because now it's been pretty much 6 months since we've really been out of our house. And that's really hard. I can't reconcile in my mind whether going then in November when cases were so high, but I don't think the variants were as bad then, and my ankle was fine and I hadn't hurt myself yet. Would that have been better or worse than trying to travel somewhere now, like say it's spring break here coming up, when cases are way down from what they were in November, but the variants are around now and they're saying, double mask and things like that. And I still have this lingering injury. I can't decide. It's something. What do you guys think? And the other thing I keep wondering, if we had gone on that trip over Thanksgiving break, which was like a week before I fell and hurt myself, would I not have fallen and hurt myself? And would I not have this pain and suffering that I'm enduring now for many months? Would that not have happened? And I know it's not helpful to play what ifs, but I definitely do wonder about it. Okay, and when I think about this, I want to go back and think about what I could do in different increments of time in the past, and could I do those things now? 3 months ago, we were getting ready for Christmas. We were on our quest to get a new artificial Christmas tree, which I made some videos about. And we put together the tree, which I will link a video of that up here, and you can see how I was moving around at that time. Could I do that now? Probably. Because I took the tree apart and put it away. I was able to manage that. The one main difference was I had brought up all the bins with all the decorations and stuff from the basement, and I could definitely not do that now. Megan had to take everything, bring them up, put the stuff back, and then take all the bins back down again. But thinking back to getting ready for Christmas, I sat on the floor right here in my bedroom and wrapped all the Christmas presents. I could definitely not do that now. So that's something. I cannot sit on the floor. I cannot sit cross-legged like crisscross applesauce. I can't do that. I mean, the only way I can sit is in a regular chair or like on the bed with my legs straight out in front of me. That's the only way I can sit. I can't cross them at all. It's too painful. Okay, 6 months ago was when we went to Colorado, and I thought of a couple things. We went hiking in Red Rocks Park. I will link that video up here. Could I do that now? No way. I could never do that hike with all those changes in elevation and all those steps and everything with my ankles the way they are now. And so when I think about that and how active I was just 6 months ago, and that there's no way I could do that now, and I can't even imagine, am I going to be able to do stuff like that again? I'm really kind of scared about that, because that was, I want to be that active. I want to be able to do stuff like that. And then the other thing I think about is we went horseback riding in Rocky Mountain National Park. I could probably ride the horse, yeah. You're seated in the saddle. Adjusting myself in the saddle where you have to push down on the stirrups to adjust yourself, that would definitely hurt. And getting on and off the horse might be okay, because if you think about how you mount and dismount a horse, you're using your left foot. You put your left foot in the stirrup and you swing your right leg over. So I probably could have done that. Then let's think about 9 months ago was when we went to Mackinac Island. We also went horseback riding there. So same things I just said. We also went biking around the island. And I was thinking about this because we have bikes and spring is coming. Could I ride a bike? I don't know. I haven't had any opportunity to try it. So I don't know if, again, I think I could get on the bike, because again, you kind of get on the bike the same way you get on a horse, you swing your right leg over. But I don't know about the pedaling. And like if I had to stop and put my feet down, I'm not sure about that. So that's something I'm kind of wondering about. Would I be able to ride a bicycle? And then 1 year ago, I was working as a substitute teacher at the high school. Could I do that now? No way. I mean, that involves up to 8 hours standing on my feet in the front of a classroom, walking up and down the rows, helping students, having to move very quickly throughout a very large, very crowded building, from room to room, sometimes in completely different parts of the building in 5 minutes or less, up and down lots of stairs. There's no way I could do that now. They wouldn't let me. They will not let you work as a substitute teacher if you have any kind of injury. There are elevators for like disabled students, but you're not allowed to teach or to work if you have any kind of injury. And that's because of safety things for things like fire drills, tornado drills, intruders, stuff like that. We have to be able to physically see to the safety of the students in our care. And if I can't move fast enough and I can't get around well enough, then I can't work. So that job is out. That job is out for 3 reasons. 1, because of my injury. 2, because there's absolutely no way I would go into a school right now, and I would never let my kids into a school right now with the pandemic. You've probably figured this out from my other videos, but I feel very strongly that schools should not be open. The school day's too long. We've learned from doing school at home. The amount of learning that kids actually do in a day is way less in time than what they actually spend in school. The majority of the school day is filler, just to fill up those kids' time so they're out of the way, if you will, so parents can work all day. That's how our society is designed, and I have major problems with that. But just from a safety standpoint, a school setting is exactly the opposite of where you should be during the pandemic. It's crowded, it's inside, you're there for an extended period of time, hours and hours, and it's in closed rooms. With the vast majority of the school buildings in the United States are aging and have poor infrastructure and have inadequate ventilation systems. I mean, To me, a school building during the pandemic is an absolute nightmare. Whatever the studies say, I don't feel safe going into a school, and I would not step foot into a school, and I will not have my kids step foot into school. And that's how I feel, but I feel very strongly about that. So for that reason. And then the other reason is I just don't want to be a teacher anymore. I'm fine helping my kids, and I'm happy that I have that experience. And, you know, I am a licensed teacher and I can help them at home, and that's awesome. But I'm so glad to not be doing it. I'm so over it. I mean, I've spent over 20 years, 21, 22 years in classrooms, and I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore. And that's why I've been trying to find a different job for a very, very long time and have had no luck. And because I have had no luck, I mean, literally 13 years, I have been trying to find a different full-time job and have not gotten a single offer. In all that time, I have probably applied for 1,000 some jobs. It's so discouraging. I can't even tell you. And there's all these articles out there about why that is in today's economy and job market and all that, but none of it helps me. And so that's why I'm trying to make a go of my YouTube channel, because I am out of ideas of how to make money to support my family. I can't go back to the job I had, and I don't want to. So I need your help. Please subscribe to my channel. I want to show you a couple things right here. To be invited to join the YouTube Partner Program, which is where they start placing ads on your channel and then you earn a percentage of the ad revenue from those ads, you have to meet two requirements. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have at least 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months. You can see here that I have far exceeded the 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months. Most channels get this in the other order. They get the 1,000 subscribers first, and then they have to wait a while before they get the 4,000 watch hours. I am the complete reverse of most channels. I have so many views and so many watch hours. When I compare similar channels to mine that have been around less time than my channel has, that have way fewer videos than I do, and that have much, much less watch hours than my channel does, but they've already reached 1,000 subscribers, and I just don't get it. Please subscribe. I need you to subscribe. And then here's the other reason it's so frustrating. Look at this. This is my lifetime analytics for subscribers. You can see that only 9% of the people who've watched my videos are subscribed. So over the lifetime of my channel, which at this point is almost 3 years, 91% of the people who have watched my videos have not subscribed. That is super frustrating. I mean, maybe they only watched one video because they were interested or whatever, but please subscribe. I don't know what else to say. I'm pleading with you to please subscribe. It's so discouraging. I've worked so hard on my channel, and I really do try to make good videos for you guys and to help you and give you good information about everything that's travel related. And I really appreciate all of you who are subscribed, but I really, really would like to get to that 1,000 subscribers. Please help me. I have set a goal for myself to reach 1,000 subscribers by the 3-year anniversary of my channel, which would be June 25th, I think. So that's not very long from now. That's only like 3-4 months from now. I'd really like to reach that goal. If you can please help me out. And I understand that a lot of the reason some people don't subscribe is because you're either watching it on a TV and you can't do it from there, or, and this is kind of related, or you're watching it when nobody is actually signed in on their YouTube or their Google account. So I'm sorry if that makes you do like an extra step or whatever, but it would really, really help me out. And it would just mean so much to me if you guys would subscribe and I could get past that 1,000 subscribers. Thank you again so much for sticking with me through my ankle healing journey. I'm probably gonna back off from making these videos for a while now, and I'm thinking I will probably update again at 6 months and let you know how I'm doing then. So that would be June. Again, if you want to make sure you don't miss any updates, please be sure you're subscribed. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Have a great day and safe travels.